Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Due to a recent failure with my editing partners, I am not able to put out content as fast as I would like to. And even though it was going to be spread out fairly far apart with larger things, it's going to take me twice as long now because I do not have any assistance to create stuff. So today I'm doing a review on Return to Silent Hill. So I recently got the chance to sit down and watch Return to Silent Hill and felt it was something not worth my time. The art team and set design were awesome. I'm going to give it props to that. The movie's story falls short of surpassing the slot mill of video game movie tie-ins, such as the Resident Evil movies and various other ones. I mean, the only good video game movies right now have been Mario and then The Last of Us TV show, and that's not even a movie. It was supposed to be a reimagining of the second game in film format, however, it failed to deliver a strong story and mostly relied upon the viewer interpreting the environment. Being that I am a much newer player and not really a deep fan of Silent Hill, it took me a minute to understand the plot. Overall, the game tells a better story than the movie ever could, because the movie cuts a lot of stuff out. A lot of movies and shows use different ways to tell the stories they're adapted from, and this one did that. So there was a lot of things that were a huge difference because of that. So they cut out a lot of things. So one example I included was how the Last of Us game and show, they show that in the show the infection spread through bites and contamination, and it had a sort of mycelium communication line that if you stepped on it, it would attract the clickers and the various zombies in the game or in the show. And then in the game, there was spores and bites, and the spores would sort of like infect entire areas. And they had to use gas masks, and the gas mask was not very. Obviously, it would have created audio issues with the actors in the show if they had to wear a gas mask because your face is being condensed and the audio is being kind of garbled. So it would have created an issue. I could see why they altered that. It's better. And it worked. However, in Silent Hill, or Return to Silent Hill, they do something that I didn't really like, which is two things that they heavily altered from the games and the movies. And for some reason, the movies like to do this too. I don't know why. So the major changes were done poorly from our comic connection, so that someone could jump into a movie with the angle of being unaware of the entire series. For example, the town of Silent Hill, instead of being an entity or some fake place, it is an actual place. In the games, it's like an entity or something that controls the entire thing, and you're kind of like in an alternate area. In the movie, it's an actual place that the character moved to and lived in, and it felt really weird in a sense because he shouldn't be living there for many reasons. And then his wife in the game, so it's created by an entity to lure the main character on a search for his deceased wife or girlfriend and trying to kill him. Also, instead of his girlfriend or wife dying from cancer like she does in the remake of the second game, you instead get a death by occult poisoning. So her father led some sort of cult in the town. In the movie, you see praises to her dad pretty early on, and it's revealed that he was like a cult leader or something, and he died. But he was also slowly poisoning her, and she died from that poison. I do not know what could have actually been done better to provide a more accurate interpretation for the actual longtime fans of the series. If I had to go back and look at it, and after I had played the entirety of the game, I might know, but those are two major kind of gaps that we see in the movie and the game. They're separate. Overall, I would give the movie a 6 out of 10. I did not like the pacing. I thought the sets were well executed for an $80 million budget. The generic monsters or creatures that are featured in the games were there, such as the nurses, the acid splitters, and Pyramid Head. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this rapid rundown review of Return to Silent Hill. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a maybe go see it if you really are interested in the games. If you're just a normal person who's like, I don't want to waste time on this because of it, I'd say it's a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe for more long and short form content. This is your host, Richie, signing off.